In this video, I'll be introducing a company with huge potential within the autonomous vehicle industry. So stay tuned to get all the details. Before I move on, just make sure to subscribe the channel and hit the notification bell. And please smash the like button also for YouTube algorithm. The company is Foresight Autonomous Holdings Ltd, ticker FRSX. Stock is down 74% from its 52-week high, and I think this $3 range might be the bottom. Wall Street analysts are very bullish on FRSX, and the average price target is $8.33. Foresight Autonomous is a technology company that engages in the design, development and commercialization of sensor systems for the automotive industry. The company has one fully owned subsidiary, iNet Mobile, and an affiliate called RailVision preparing for IPOs, and it has also major partnership agreements on the pipeline. So any piece of good news about partnerships, a new IPO or starting to generate revenues can trigger a new rally in stock price. In the following short clip, VP of Business Development Doron Cowardier explains what the company does.
Okay, so Foresight Automotive. Foresight Automotive is actually specializing in developing 3D perception solution based on stereo technology. Basically, we're a software company. We use hardware, but the hardware is off the shelf. We're specializing in software. And our technology is actually aimed at both existing ADAS systems, which exist today, all the way to full autonomous systems. As Eli mentioned earlier, he mentioned Magna BSP, the main shareholder. We're actually a spin-off of Magna BSP, basically taking the defense technology and civilizing it to the automotive industry. So basically, our technology is based on 2 decades of expertise, so we didn't start from scratch. We have around 70 employees, mainly in the R&D, 9 patents in different stages, and founded back in 2015. So let's talk a little bit about what we do here at Foresight. So basically, the heart of the technology lies in stereoscopic technology. It's basically using 2 cameras to create 3D perception. It's very similar to how your eyes work. Now, what you see in the top left picture, we're actually showing a depth map created by 2 visible cameras in stereo. Basically, this colorful map is actually a pixelized map. Every pixel has its XYZ location in space. So the red represents short distance pixels, and the blue represents long distance pixels. On the right-hand side, we're adding to the stereo thermal technology. Okay, thermal cameras in stereo as well. And this allows us to see under very harsh weather and lighting conditions. I don't know if you can see, but on the right-hand side, there's a short video. On the left-hand side of it, you'll see visible cameras in stereo, completely blinded by night, rain, and oncoming glare of a car. On the right-hand side, the thermal cameras in stereo penetrate through these conditions and see all these obstacles without any problem. At the bottom, we're actually fusing the visible stereo and the thermal stereo in order to increase the obstacle detection capability. In this case, as we enter and exit the tunnel, the visible cameras in stereo on the right-hand side are blinded because of the high contrast of the light. Thermal on the left-hand side pick up the car that actually stopped outside of the tunnel, and by fusing it, we'll always know what's in front of it. So this is how we increase the obstacle detection capabilities. Okay, let's talk a little bit about market traction. So first of all, in terms of customer engagement. So our first commercial order is with Elbit Systems in the defense world. I'll talk about it in a second. Recently, we announced as well our first proof of concept with a leading European OEM. Now, this is one step further down the sales cycle towards mass production. We'll explain it shortly. Recently as well, we put more focus in the Chinese market, and we already announced that we're conducting several proof of concept projects with leading OEMs in China. So far, we delivered 14 prototype kits to OEM and tier ones worldwide. Now, these prototypes are aimed at customers for testing, benchmarking, and evaluating our technology in comparison to other technologies out there. And on top of the prototypes, we're in contact with dozens of leads of OEMs and tier ones from different verticals. And lastly, we have strategic cooperation agreements with key industry players. Let's dive in a little bit deeper in relation to the customers and the partners we're dealing with. So I mentioned Elbit Systems. A couple of years ago, we signed our first commercial agreement with Elbit Systems. Elbit Systems is the largest defense company here in Israel and one of the leading integrators in the world. And we recently announced that we entered a development project with Elbit with one of their end customers. So it's great progress within the defense segment. Teledyne FLIR. FLIR are the largest thermal camera manufacturer in the world. And we signed actually a strategic agreement with FLIR Systems in which helps us to they're actually opening us their extensive customer network. You can imagine the impact on a company like ours. And we do a lot of marketing, joint marketing efforts together, such as the joint articles and blogs. Horizon 2020. We actually joined the largest European R&D project, which is called Horizon 2020. And we're actually developing an autonomous driving system for commercial vehicles. It's a consortium of 29 companies. For example, Continental, a huge tier one, sits next to us in this consortium. And what we're offering here is our perception system for detecting any obstacle under harsh weather conditions. It's a 3-year program in which we get a funding up to $1 million, and the project kicked off as of January as of this year. NVIDIA. As you are probably well aware, this is one of the leading autonomous platforms for use in autonomous machines and vehicles. And we're using NVIDIA. I mentioned we're using hardware off the shelf. So we're using the hardware platform in order to embed our technology on NVIDIA platforms.
Well, I hope you enjoyed the video and don't forget to hit the like button to help the channel grow. As always, remember this is not financial advice and you should always do your own research before investing in any stock. Wish you the best and thanks for watching.